So Jacob called me one day. He was like, I have an idea for the podcast. And I'm like, okay, I'm up for anything. I mean, shit. We talk about random things. And he was like, I kind of want to get into the paranormal. And I'm like, why? And what did you say? Why did you want to get into this?
I just wanted to, because I've been digging deep into a bunch of like extraterrestrial, paranormal, like just the unexplained in general, like videos of people talking about different things.
Did this start when I started sending you videos of like the Y-Files, or did this happen before?
It was when you started sending me videos of the Y-Files. Well, I mean, really, I've always been interested in this kind of thing,
Right?
My whole life.
Me too.
But I started seeing like the other podcast that like you sent me a clip of that I was like, oh, that's the one I already watched. I was telling you about with that one guy in it, and they were talking about like the Anunnaki and everything.
Right.
I found that on my way to Columbus one day, and I have a decent drive, so I watched the whole thing, and that really got me, sparked me into gear for wanting to look deeper into this sort of thing, and I thought it was a good idea to try and discover what goes on, in our local town, and maybe other people have stories that they've never been able to tell other people,
right?
But through us and through our podcast, they could get those stories out there, and that's kind of what really sparked the idea. I was like, I called them up and I was like, hey, I want to interview people in the Defiance area and ask them about their unexplainable event of whatever happened to them.
Right. So you jumped the gun a little bit.
Why do you say that?
So he tells me that he wants to interview people.
Right.
I'm like, what do you want to interview them about? And you're like, I just want to ask if anybody's experienced anything weird or seen anything strange.
Well, it really sparked it because I've experienced multiple things, weird things around this area, like Defiance County, like Northwest Ohio.
What have you experienced?
Unexplained lights, things falling from the sky. I've got some pictures and videos of certain things. Just certain unexplainable things. Not even like, it's not necessarily just, UFO, alien related. I mean, it could be ghost and paranormal. It could be alien related, cryptids. It could be just anything that's unexplainable,
Right.
Stuff like that. I've experienced, things. I can't say I've ever experienced anything, cryptid wise, like the dog man or a werewolf or a Wendigo, skinwalker, anything like that. But I've had multiple paranormal experiences, and like, I don't want to say alien or UFO experiences, but just things I've seen that are unexplainable. You know what I mean? And I never get any answers for it. Well, I figure other people probably feel the same way, and if I'm seeing this stuff in our area, other people are probably seeing similar things or just similar to that unexplainable things that they probably want answers to.
Right.
And if we can reach out to them or have them reach out to us and we tell their story, we might be able to get some kind of answers to whatever it may be. That's just all I wanted to do.
Yep. In Defiance, Ohio. He wanted to talk to the people in this great town.
Which then I go on Defiance Current Events and I post on my personal Facebook account, like, hey, I run a small time podcast. We're looking for people to tell their unexplainable stories.
And if you put it out there, they will come.
Yeah, because we got bombarded with people, or I did at least, because it was on my personal Facebook. But I got probably, and it might not seem like a lot, but I would say probably 15 people reach out to me overall about different things, or just people saying it was, this is a cool idea, they're interested in this. Others with actual stories that they want to tell. And it's just surprising. I don't want to say surprising because it doesn't surprise me, but it's just crazy to actually see how many people go through certain things and how many people have been told not to say anything about what they've experienced. And us being able to hear those stories from, firsthand from the people it happened to, and be able to relay those stories here,
right,
on social media. In the podcast system, unexplainable events are considered especially spooky. In Defiance, the dedicated podcasters who investigate these events are members of an elite squad known as the Long Road Podcast. These are their stories.